John is here, and John, we're talking gnocchi.
Gnocchi, yeah. I'm just melting my butter as we speak. Sorry, I've got to get the butter on, you see. Yeah, gnocchi, it's really gorgeous. Now, it's a potato form of pasta, so you can get it on in the dry food aisles or in the fridge as well. You can get fresh, and often you boil it.
Right.
But when you boil it, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it can go very claggy and
yes,
chewy.
I know.
But if you fry it like this in butter, and a little bit of oil. You can just use oil if you wanted to, but butter and oil, it goes lovely and crispy. It sort of clatters onto your plate, and that's exactly what I want. Because my stepdad, he absolutely hated gnocchi. He said, oh, I was given gnocchi once in a great big bowl, and it was this soggy mass.
Yeah.
But when I cooked it like this for him, it sort of transformed his opinion on this.
But I like that crispiness. It's lovely.
Crispy, yeah. It's like a little mini roast potatoes, basically. That's why I like it.
Lovely.
So I'm going to make my pesto now. So I'm just going to grab some basil. So I'll not use all of this, probably about half. And if you've got one of these, rather than chop it by hand, you can actually put the stalks in there as well.
Oh,
you don't need to
okay,
waste
so
the stalks. Yeah. If you're going to chop it by hand, you'd probably just use the leaves.
Right.
Whereas chopping it in one of these, you can pop the stalks in there as well, because that's where all the flavour is in fresh herbs, in soft herbs like this. It's in the leaves, but it's also in the stalks as well.
You get
So exactly. So I'm going to pop that in, a garlic clove. I'm going to add to that as well my pistachios. Again, traditionally it's made with pine nuts and Parmesan cheese, but this is pistachios and goat's cheese.
Oh.
So you can really, I always say this about food, you can customise it, but you can customise it.
Of course you can, whatever you like.
Any nut and any cheese, pecan and Gruyere is a particularly nice one, but that's more wintry. I'd use that with the pumpkin gnocchi. That would go so nicely with. I'll have to patent that one. And then I'm going to put in there some goat's cheese as well. So about 50 grams of soft goat's cheese and, of course, some olive oil as well.
Sure.
So in with a good glug of olive oil. You need about 120 mils of olive oil.
Right.
So it's a lot of olive oil, but this goes a very long way. And, of course, it's a good fat. It's
well, it
really
is, and you
good
can't
for
be... You know, you've got to have things that are good as well.
You can.
They've got butter in them.
You've got to be sensible, but you've got to just enjoy your life, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of what you fancy.
Exactly. Someone said to me, I said once, life is too short, but actually, no, life's too long, someone said, to not enjoy yourself.
Okay.
You know, it's too long. A better way of looking at it. So you just blend that or grind that into a paste. You could do it in a pestle and mortar if you want to do it in the old-fashioned way. Right. Just keep tossing your gnocchi as well. You can see it goes lovely and crisp on the bottom. That's exactly what you want. And then for the pesto, all you can do is to store this, because it makes an awful lot.
Yeah.
So store this. You can either freeze it in ice cube trays.
That's so clever.
And pop these out. Yeah. But make sure you wrap this in plenty of cling film, otherwise it might put a funny taste into your ice cream. Right. No one wants onion ice cream. No. Or you can pop it into a jar like this, and then just to make sure it sort of keeps preserved and keeps, you know, doesn't go funny in the fridge, don't go all mouldy. Just top it with a good glug of olive oil. Make sure it's completely covered in olive oil, completely airtight, and that's precisely what you want. That's exactly how you can store it. So you can freeze it, or you can
good idea.
That. Now you've got to make sure as well with the pesto that you season it really well. Plenty of salt and pepper in there. I'm just going to test one of these chunks to make sure it's done. Perfect. And I'm going to add to that some of my gnocchi. So a good glug, and you can add as much or as little as you like of this. So in with the gnocchi. A bit more salt in that, I think. And then just toss that about the pan, let it get warm, let it warm through. And it's lovely stirred into like tomato sauces or soups as well.
But on its own, it's okay?
Yeah, on its own, it's fine. Great on butties as well.
Do you?
Yeah, pesto butty. With a bit of hummus, a bit of roasted pepper, and a bit of this gnocchi. It's gorgeous. So I'll put that into a bowl for you.
That looks really good.
And you can have a little try of that.
Help my cough, I hope.
It will, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
It looks really good, does that?
It's lovely, and the lemon and goat's cheese really...
That's so tasty.
It's lovely.
So tasty. And
I'll have a nugget.
You have that. And like you were saying, you can do that freezing thing. How long would it keep in that wee jar?
In the fridge? Well, officially, you know, no more than a week, but it would last, you know, unofficially. Unofficially. Well, these hygiene people are so overzealous these days, but you've got to read by the rules and stick by the rules, you know, officially.
John, this is great. So naughty. It's really good.